Good morning, good morning. Merry Christmas. Happy December 21st. Happy birthday to all Capricorns. May your day be full of joy, peace, and may all your birthday wishes come true. Merry Christmas, everyone. Welcome to the live. I am Miss Marie, and this is Giving It To You Straight Live from the East Coast. Welcome, welcome. Happy December 21st. December 25th. I'm sorry. It is Christmas Day. I'm very excited to be here on this beautiful, blessed Christmas day. And everyone who has a voice, sing. Have faith in yourself, believing in yourself, strength and courage. Jesus is the reason for the season. Also, believing in yourself and connecting to the beautiful, spiritual, cosmic, and divine in nature. The energy in you. I also have the What's the Tea? For those that want a little tea, you're in the naughty or the nice list. They're fun and full of exposure. We have the telepathic oracle cards, all 12 zodiac signs. Let's get it. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to come to all. Faith and believe. Christmas is about believing. It's about settling our differences within family or the pettiness. Gratitude is the attitude. Of course, without the gratitude, any thoughts of happiness, what makes you happy, any thoughts of just, joy that you're grateful for, all right? That you have great health, that you have a happy, healthy family, and with the telepathic oracle cards, right? This is about bringing your ancestors on stage, bring them on stage with you, let their distant voices be heard, add timber and strength to your words, for it is your duty to pay it for those who are yet to come. Okay, if one has courage, nothing can dim the light from within. All right. So when you enter a challenging situation, bring them on stage with you. Telepathic is about mind-to-mind communication. All right. There's no ears. There is the mind. All right, the incredible mind. You are connected to that beautiful, luminous intelligence. Telepathic oracle cards. We have our beautiful angels that are lighting up so brightly, so beautiful. Yeah. One more. Aries through Pisces. Let's see the telepathic oracle cards, how you're connecting with your higher self, family members, a love connection, co-workers, colleagues. Oh, somebody texted me, one of the parents. Oh, I forgot to take this off. Sorry. One of my children's parents texted me. Let's go ahead. Aries through Pisces. Come on. And thank you. Let's put this here. Aries, cherish. All right. Today and always, protect your relationships well. Cherish the ones you love. All right. Today's a day of joy, happiness, connection, relationship, family, friends. Seeing through the pettiness, the hurt, the betrayal. One day that you get to, are you going to move forward? Am I going to do whatever I have to do, what it takes? Even if you by yourself, protect your relationships well. Aries. Taurus, surprise. You may be surprised. Ooh. Taurus, you may be surprised. Expect a surprise today. And please let me know what that surprise is. All right. You may be surprised. Or you probably was already surprised. Past life for you, Gemini. We reunite with our loved ones over and over in different lives. The body is a robe, right? That we change. And so, okay, so we reunite with our loved ones over and over in different lives. That's for Gemini, Cancer. Feelings. Take time to explore the deep emotions that you're experiencing right now. We have Moon in Pisces. All right. So not only is it going to heighten your feeling, but the feeling that you get, right? Because out of that feeling, there's an emotion, right? You get the feeling, then you get the emotion. What gives you a lot of emotions? What are the feelings that you're feeling right now? Cancer. Let's go ahead to Leo. Leo, emotion. Look into the depth of your emotions today. Just some quick telepathic oracle cards. Where your emotions are really, really high. Is it the tides, the highs and low tides of the moon, or is it just, what is it? Hey, Merry Christmas, Savannah Robinson. Merry Christmas. Hi. Clarity for you. Take a moment to think about it, Gemini. I mean, not Gemini. I'm sorry, I got thrown off. Virgo, take a moment to think about your situation to figure it out. Okay? Clarity is going to come in stillness. All right? When you close your eyes, the answers will show up. Take some time, breathe, relax. Alexandria, welcome. Merry Christmas to you all. Illusion, avoid the trap of mistaken fantasy for a real soul connection. Libra. All right? Let's go ahead to Scorpio. Scorpio, love. Love can conquer everything. Love is the cohesive, the glue that holds all things. All right. And the force behind of all our existence. Okay. So love. Love. Listen, love like you never been hurt before. Christmas is about giving and receiving love. All right. Yeah, we like the little gifts, the knickknacks, right? But the love is everlasting, enduring. Love is the cohesive, the glue that bind us here. Okay? Love is what grounds us in our human nature. Hey, Elijah, Zabata, Hazy. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Naughty or nice. I'm going to get to the naughty or nice. Okay, Merry Christmas. Welcome. We were in Scorpio Sagittarius. Tell the tree what you really think. If you get upset today, all right, find something that you could tell it to, all right? Sometimes you tell your friends, they really just spread rumors, all right? To avoid the drama, just tell something, like find an object that you could talk to, okay? Or talk to your higher self. Remember, you're up there, you're here in the physical, but your higher self is somewhere else, all right? We're multidimensional beings. Let's go ahead. I don't have friends. That's you. All right? Tell the tree. Well, then standing, find an object before you go, because sometimes like we say things from our conscious mind. We got to understand that the subconscious takes everything literally, all right, and it's 10 times more powerful than the conscious mind. All right, remember, it records everything, every life experience. So you go back to your subconscious mind. When you go subconsciously, when you start thinking about the problem, how I'm going to say things, you go autopilot, okay? So practice. This is what we practice some things here. Confusion for you. All seekers of the truth. This is for Capricorn. Capricorn, you got Venus in your house. I believe you got Mars. I'm not sure yet. Don't quote me. And you got the sun, okay? And then the Pisces moon. So all seekers of the truth experience confusion. Ask the universe to provide the answers you need, okay? Maybe you might be confused about love here, okay? Or about some truth, something that you don't know about. Ask the universe, okay? So for God so gave us its only son, that whoever believes in it will have, everlasting life. So understanding a little bit of the Bible scripture. Maybe you're not too familiar with it, all right? How to read between the codes. It's encoded, but sometimes the things that are dark, that are hard, complex, hard to understand, that's just the keys to where we find where we truly, our true nature, all right? Sometimes in those dark, like if you're going through some dark moments, if you're not growing there, right, it's time to tune out. Confusion. Attract, Aquarius. The appeal of a soul is pairing goes beyond superficiality. Oh, I know what they're trying to tell me here, Aquarius. Aquarius, the appeal of soul pairing goes beyond superficiality. All right. So I'm gonna leave that for later. All right. Ooh, that's deep. Okay. That is deep, Aquarius. Because what it's saying to me, a lot of times we get attracted to the beauty. We like beautiful things. We like looking at beautiful things, but it's always good for you. All right. When we look at the superficial, the outside of the person, without knowing the soul is different. All right. So be careful what you're really attracted to. It's probably not good. It might be looking good, but it's not good for your soul. It's not what your soul needs. And a lot of times, superficial information that is not verified, all right, So when we have these hypotheses until they verify through multiple sources, all right, because we create all these theories, but they have to be verified. Like Einstein has the theory of relativity. We all relative, and then we look at all the cosmic laws and the law that governs our lives here. All right, I'm gonna add a sticker favorite kind of candy. What is your favorite kind of candy? What is your favorite kind of candy? Let me put this up here because I can't really see my angels. I gotta see my angels. In Pisces, strength. Pisces, the power of love is like a magnet drawing souls together. Okay. So love, Pisces, is your love is your favorite emotion, feeling love. Like, okay, so you say love, right? And it's a feeling that you get when what happens that makes you feel love, that they love you. What happens? Because then if they don't, so people love, they do nice things for you, they kind, they compassion, they understanding, they buy you nice things, they do nice things. Romance. So we're gonna talk a little bit about romance and love. All right. Love, romance leads to love because from the romance is those little things, okay, that they do for you, and then you get a really good feeling out of that. All right. So we really want to explore the romance. We forget about is the romance, and if you're romantic at heart, you gotta learn how to play the game. It's that simple. All right, we're gonna talk about between romance and love. A lot of people get confused with that, but I'm here to help. And then what the feelings that you get, and what gives you a lot of emotions. You know what you like. Is it healthy to just want all these, like not seeing the other side of the person, because you're gonna see the good side, but then after you start thinking, and after so many years later, oh wow, they don't love me. It's not that they don't love you. All right, it's not how they nowadays. Life happens. Children, marriage, job, routine. We become routine and we forget about the romance. It's not that they don't love you. It's not. Now we got kids. We got bills now. The romance is forgotten. Then we get greedy. We start, fighting each other. Who's right, who's wrong. And so that gets love. But love heals and it hurts. It does both. Because if nothing has value, you don't have nothing to compare its value to. So we are constantly comparing. We're constantly going and weighing our pros and cons. Okay? Sometimes too much love is suffocating. Okay? Not everybody operates like that. A lot of people show love, right? Through buying things, doing things. And when that happens, they don't love me. No, they got tired. We need to understand love is kindness, patience, meekness, wholeness, understanding, compassion, you know, and when that stops. Hey, Marita Nandi. Hi. Anything for me? Nada, yeah, kindly read for me. What's for me this week? If somebody else will see chocolate covered cherries. Laxmi, Armi Martini. Hi, beloved. Merry Christmas to you. Thank you, Marianti. Caramel. Okay, so your favorite candy is caramel. We got chocolate covered cherries. Ooh, I never had those before. Chocolate cover. Okay. So I was gonna go with the naughty or nice. This is the energy that I'm on. Not really, really, but I'm like 60. I'm like 60 in the naughty and nice. This is just for fun. All right, have light-hearted fun. Fun, a little bit of both. We need to embrace duality. Knowing that if we want the compliments, we got to take the criticism. They come together, all right? They don't come at the same time. God, no. You bump into a person, right? You're going outside. You looking your best. You looking good. And somebody, let's say that you're a woman. Let's just talk to the ladies. You're going outside and you're looking good. You looking good. You know you look good. You know that hair just got blown out. You know you just did your hair. You know you look good. And somebody says, wow, you look beautiful, And then a couple hours later, you run into somebody else and they just they critique you. All right? Why you wearing those boots? That boot don't, and then your self-esteem goes down. And then you start feeling, remember, what goes on in other people's mind about you are none of your business. That's it. There must be something going on with them. A lot of times people project their insecurity onto us. So just don't let that. It's okay. Not everybody's gonna like you. Not everybody's gonna like your style, your makeup, your hair, right? Everybody has, it's like Christmas. We all have our different understanding on Christmas. We could share those experiences. Why do you believe? Why don't you believe? All right. It's all about the miracle. It's all about the miracle. That's it. All right. He that doesn't believe in miracles is not going to experience them. All right. And you just like chocolate. Okay. So just understanding a little bit of embracing duality. You have less being less defensive, less confrontation with people. You be able to enjoy. It's okay if they say things that is their opinion. Everybody has opinion. And so, you know, so knowing that when you get a good compliment, you're also going to get a bad one. You might get beautiful compliments all the time. It's going to take one person that could be jealous, and then you get the criticism. So where do your criticism lies more? And what do you put your value at? You know what I mean? So let's say that you're a beautiful woman or you're not so great attractive. How many more people compliment you? More than the opposite sex? You know what I mean? So look at that. And then you'd be like, oh, they probably hate or they probably just don't, or I probably come off as too much prideful or whatever. Okay? Anyway, that is all I got. Telepathy is connection, mind-to-mind communication, ESP, extrasensory perception. So here we could hear each other. We could hear each other here. All right? Because we are controlled by the five senses. But when it comes to other realms, right, it is through our telepathy. We communicate with each other. Like what I'm doing here right now. You're connected to me and I'm connected to you. All right? And my brain is moving consciousness. All right? And whatever you believe, that's what you believe. What I don't believe certain things, or you might believe certain things, okay? So I'm up there because I'm connected more to my higher self, and I'm thanking my higher self, my archangels, right? And my Jesus, because that's who I trust, and I got Jesus in friend, or however I understand Jesus to be in my life. It doesn't necessarily got to line up with your beliefs. I'm not here for that. I'm here to give you the divinely guided message, all right? And if whatever you believe, that's up to you. I'm not here to change nobody's mind. That's not what I'm all about, all right? So if you bring it to my attention, we will rock with it. If not, it is okay. It's not meant to be. Hey, Twix. Hey, you are saying the truth. It happened. It happened to you. Share that. Share that here. Share. I want you to share here. All right. We so quick to judge. This is what we do. We do it. Well, not everybody gonna like you. And so I seen a young lady yesterday. I was walking. Had to do some last minute shopping, and gosh, she was wearing these boots, and I'm like, why would she wear is this for her man or what? I mean, because you don't know what kind of job they have, so this not, but she was walking around with her head down. I feel like telling her, straighten up, fix your posture. When you wear boots like that, you can't walk around with your head down. You got to build confidence, all right? You got to, you got to understand that you're the most incredible, beautiful thing out there, all right? It's not being prideful. It's not letting your pride and overconfidence be in your masters. It's owning it, okay? That's it. It's building that confidence, and you're the only person that you really got to depend on, all right? So let's go ahead. I'm new. Subscribe. My name is Hey Wendy. Hi, Wendy. How are you? Hey, Roxana Cayolino. I like that name, Cayolino. All right. And so wear what you want and be happy and just be proud of yourself. All right. And remember that you're going to get compliments and you're going to get both. You're going to get criticism. That is embracing duality. It's okay. Once oh, wow. So then you don't get caught off guard. Then you start asking yourself, is something I did I shouldn't wear this? No, it's that people have opinions just like you have opinions. That's it. I'm good, sweetie. Just be mindful of that. And their opinions of you are none of your business. I love Ladies Cut, and I did that immediately. I received a comment from someone saying I don't look good on it. It doesn't give a good picture image. Wow, you see that? You love short hair. So you did a cut, and I did it immediately. I received a comment from someone saying I don't look good on it. It doesn't, see? And then somebody told you that you look good on it. And that is the complexity of human strangeness. And those are the things that I want to bring to you guys' attention today. All right? Because sometimes we worry so much of superficiality. All right? You love it. That's what I said. Tell them, listen, I love it. It is what I like. And that's it. You don't have to get there and battle with nobody. But sometimes in order to keep the peace with yourself, remember, you keeping the peace with yourself, you got to go to battle. All right? If you run from confrontation to avoid the battle, then you're going to have a battle with yourself. All right. Then you're going to start looking at yourself. Oh, wow. That is their opinion. That is their opinion. She was screaming at me because of my haircut. Yeah, and that's not you. That's the feeling that you was in. You felt like, honey, you look good in it, and you wear it well. All right, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. I think that's what Darren wants to say. So today, put on your best outfit, put on your shoes, put on your makeup. I don't care if you're 16 or 60, right? Rock it, wear it, enjoy it. And that's it. We're here for such a short time. And we waste so much time focusing on what other people. This is why a lot of times I get the Eight of Swords. If you worry about how other people see you, about people's critique, you're always going to be their prisoner. You create your own mental prison. All right, it's not real. There's nothing happening. But we become mental prisoners because we worry about how other people look at me. My mom was like that, and so I understand that. Why are they looking at me? All right. Why are they looking at me? What happened? Nothing. They probably remember. They probably know you from another life. Who knows? You say take a picture. It'll last you longer. All right? People, we always got something to say. Merry Christmas. What's your favorite candy? She was screaming at me because of my haircut. So, lady, you wasting your time. My son went through that. My son, and we're talking about high school. So you can see how the mind doesn't really develop. You don't really raise your consciousness. You don't expand. You can forget about it. You can get out of high school with the same mentality. Just ignorant. All right? And that's okay. That's lack of awareness. They're not ripened yet. My son, he was in the 11th grade, and he cut his hair, and they were mad at him. But these are teenagers. We can't act like that. All right? We got to become more aware. Okay, I was in a relationship with my friend, and recently he told me that he wanted to be friends, that's all. My question is, he's hiding to tell me the truth that it's over, then telling me that he wants to be, and then you probably get the Seven of Swords or the Two, because a lot of times him ghosting, all right, or running from the because they don't want to have the confrontation because it's uncomfortable. All right. I was in a relationship with my friend, and recently he told me that he wanted to be friends. That's all. All right. Let's find out here. I like that you gave me a see now when there's a little bit of people here, you could come and express yourself. You're here first, Maritanandi. Let's see here, Marita. He told me then. All right. A lot of times, you know that you don't want to be friends. You know that you don't want to. We want to hold on because what if? We want to hold on. What if? All right. Let's go to your breakup relationship. All right. I'm going to give you a breakup. And these I'm going to be bringing them for singles. I'm going to do a lot of different dynamics. And then where are you going to meet a person? All right, I got a lot coming in for this week into the new year. So let's see here for Maritaninda. So your question is, my question is, he's hiding to tell me the truth that is over, then telling me that you just want to hold on. You just want to hold on. We all try to hold on to each other because what if I don't find somebody else? Let's go in here. We all try to hold on. All right. 3, 2, and 9 of Cups. So you got 2 3s here. Okay. So the 3 of Wands is a card of, wow. This is seeing a future with you. All right, or this is just completely cutting you off. All right, from where I stand here, what kind of relationship you was having with this person? Okay, or they probably met somebody else, or they could be dating somebody else here. But I like the 9 of Cups because this is a card of emotional fulfillment. All right, it's a card of course, wishes, but it's a card My boyfriend. Okay, then tell me. All right. I don't know. This don't correlate with the question. All right. Let me shuffle again. All right. Because this don't correlate. Unless this is all your energy coming through. I don't know if there was plans about marriage or moving in together, right? Because that's what the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. You got two threes, and this is the Empress. I don't know if you're trying to make excuse. I mean, like I feel like excuses here. All right, or you're dealing with a man child that doesn't want to take responsibility. All right, either those two. What's happening here? One more. Okay, here we go. But there's probably something that you're leaving out. There's something that you're leaving out. Let's see here again. One more. The Ace of Cups again. The Two of Wands. It could be somebody else, all right? So, because you got the Judgment card here, the Judgment card is, of course, an epiphany, all right? Or going through some kind of a revelation or awakening, because it's a card of reckoning, but it's a card of, they don't have no bad intents or stuff like that. You awaken something in them, that kind of silly nonsense. Hey, all right. But one thing about the Judgment, it's a card of me want to be single, all right, coming from a good place, and they are reflecting on how you met here, okay? How could you mesh well together for the future, since there's a life changing here, all right? But this is all about, I don't know if they're willing to make adjustments here, all right? So you find your way, I find my way, we get together again in the future, okay? We have reconciliation, and then from nowhere, he said that he can continue. We have to be friends. Oh, he wants to be friends? For the meantime, I'm wondering, he said, over then lying to me and say, I feel like here, with this card here, that's a tough one. You could be friends for a long time, okay? Because this is all about reflecting. This is closed off and I'm reflecting, okay? And especially when it comes to, couples, because this is all about reflecting and, a future, like what my future holds, right? They could see you in their future, but not right now. This is a growth. This is a growing phase, When all relationships must, when you get this call, all relationships go through this phase of growth here, and what I could get, like my goals, family. I don't know. There's a lot of talk here. Finding your way, finding mine. We get back together, There's no bad intention here, though. That's what I like about it. All right. So this could be all your energy, right? Because this is, I wanted a future with you, right? I want to get to the happily ever after, the white picket fence, the kids, the family. But you got to understand, life gets in the way. We all envision ourselves traveling, being with the person, growing old with them. But guess what? Life gets in the way. There could be some things here that they're not telling you about their past. All right? They could right now be going through some kind of ramifications, right? Some kind of tough life altering decisions here. I don't know if they don't have a place to stay. All right. So there's something here about their living conditions. Okay. And I'm going to leave it there. I don't want to expose too much when I get this card. All right. So I'm going to leave it there. Good luck. Maybe you got the sun here. All right. But then you got the 7. So you might go back and forth through this for a while. All right. The sun gives you, of course, an abundance of new choices here. The sun gives you life, energy, strength, heart, magnetism. It's a joy, happiness. Lots of bliss is going to be coming into you because of your own personal fulfillment here. You provide others with what? Inspiration. People are drawn to you because of that. They can see the warmth in you, right? You have beauty. You bring them to their life. You're also in a position where you're capable of sharing your qualities, right? Sharing something you're achieving. So I like it. All right. So I'm going to leave it there, okay? And so I hope that helped you in some way, shape, or form. I want to bring a little bit more extra because I've been on the sun, but I've been more into the kind of astronomical, because I like to study the energy of the sun because it represents the plasma, life, blood. It represents a lot of things, sacrifices, all right? So there's a lot of sacrifices here. And when we look at life as a sacrifice, life is to be endured, to be experienced, okay? if you have not that much experience, you're not gonna know what to look for in a partner. All right. So if I was you, I'm not gonna tell you that, because when you get the judgment and then the sun, there could be something better out there for you. All right. I'm gonna leave it there because you're not gonna understand. If you don't want to move on yet, you don't have to move on that quickly. Don't move on so quickly. Wait a little bit and that's it. All right. But this is exposing a lot of stuff here that I'm not going to say. He's just lying to me, yet he knows that he wants to end it. All right. You know that you watch a lot of tarot. You know that, right? You watch a lot of tarot. They tell you the judgment card. All right. It's a card of close to the end. You know that. All right. You already know. They feel like they like you change their life. You awaken something in them. Maybe a lot of times people come into our lives so we could help them, so we could give them that healing that they need. All right. It's not necessary that they're gonna keep you. You got to understand that card. What it's telling you. This is a card of healing. You meet somebody, you help them heal, and that's it. And it's over. All right. I don't know how long they were around you. You awaken something profound. All right. They see something in you that they want, or they see something that they could have with somebody else. Because this is what you beginning to understand, are you? Okay. That the whole world's inside of you, and your perspectives and in your heart. But this is saying to you, rest easy. If you know that you prepare everything well, right? Maybe they have legal issues going on. Things are going to be resolved in your favor, whatever this is here, right? Maybe they got academic. They probably want to go back to school. Maybe they got to go test. This is all about being tested, or your past is just catching up with you, all right? Which this is all about good karma, depending on your past, all right? So this renewals here at the same. So it's a little. You got a little bit of both, which is very confusing, all right? So don't ignore your intuition, okay? Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to what your subconscious. This is about, right? You are aligning yourself with the heart of the divine at this moment, all right? And that's pretty much what I can tell you. Because don't take things personally, all right? I'm going to leave it there. Yeah. Pretty much when we get that card, it's I have gotten that before, so all right? It doesn't go anywhere. All right? You'll be more safer when you get the death card, because it's not a death, it's the death of the physical. All right? Meaning if you was having a lot of sex with somebody, let's say you was somebody for 10 years. 7, you could give it a good 7 years. You have sex, 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 and then the physical. You got to remember, nothing dies. We don't, there's no death. There's just repetition in the spirit. It's forever. The death of the relationship, meaning the physical part of it. Okay? The physical is over. There's nothing really. Once the physical part, the sex is over with, what do you have left? You could connect spiritually. You can educate each other intellectually, right? Those are the things makes things easier, because this is a part of our resurrection, right? But it could be physically over. We have a lot of fun in the physical part. The love is still there. All right. You didn't. I'm done. You didn't ask me that. Okay. I'm gonna take a quick break. Bendito, she got so much hope. I know how it is. I know how it is, sweetie. All right, wait a month and then keep it moving. I know people shouldn't be playing with people. Like, a lot of time I get the that card in. All right. So who's in the naughty list? Let's get to the tea for today. Hey, honey. I mean, tell me what you didn't put. Let me see. Oh, is there any communication with Usama? Give me a reading. Let's find out here, honey. I mean, there's not a lot of people here. A lot of people have children. They're celebrating. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a happy, happy New Year. All right, it's with the best, warmest intentions ever. Let's go ahead. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so is there summer? Merry Christmas. Hey, Southern Girl, the real. All right, I'm gonna give you a 5 card spread, and there's no need to do, well, not with me. All right, so you have a breakup spread coming up. All right, because of course you don't have no communication. So let's go ahead, and when this in this spread here, I'm going to give you your role for the breakup, their role, external influences, lessons that you're going to learn, and as you move forward, and then I'll see if they'll communicate, period, and the end. Let's go ahead, one more for you. All right. You ready? Let's see here. The first one is going to be your role, their role. Okay, and any external influences here? Nope, nope, right here, right here. All right. Now we're going to look at, let's see you moving forward, and then I am going to give you the lessons that you're going to learn. All right. You moving forward is going to be the best decision you're going to make with the sun, because there is somebody out there. All right. But I don't know here. Number 4 is going to be up here. All right. So here it is, the Page of Wands. Okay. So number 4 is all about the lessons that you're going to learn. All right. So there's something better waits for you here. So your role here, okay, because it's like this person, you got to understand this person is using both of these hands, which is a double fisted kind of energy. Well, you understand the double fist, all right? And I'll be talking about that, but I'm going to give you, double fist is a person that's aggressive, all right, or not aggressive enough, meaning that they have their hands full right now, okay? And so as they try to keep balance of their life, all right, maybe, I don't know, do they heavy drink? Are they a heavy drinker? All right, maybe making a choice here. Let's say you have beer. All right, I'm going to explain this card because this card comes out more than it should. Let's say you have 2 glasses, right? Let's say these are this. Let's say this is not money. Let's say these are 2 glasses, and you have 2 glass. You holding 2 glasses, all right? And you're gonna decide which one you're gonna. You can't drink them both at the same time, can you? And this is a double fisted energy, all right? Unless they drink too much or they have a heavy drinker, all right? To really understand this card in a different way, you got to be a little open minded here when you deal with me, because I'm gonna go a little deeper than your normal person, all right? So to really understand that, can you drink 2 drinks at the same time? All right, it'll spill. It'll make a mess. All right, we're not gonna look at what's behind there. Okay, it could be a job. It could be them trying to a multi. Because of course you understand this card as a multitasker, right? This is the infinity loop, and it represents karmic. It represents deja vu, but it also represents the past. This middle here is the present. So you're here. All right. If you want to have this connection with them here, but how do I, all right, flip out of this infinity loop? All right. Because I have to learn that I have to consciously grow and evolve. Okay. Just like the pain and pleasure, and we having this experience, and then we become self conscious of it. So going really, really deep. I don't think you guys are ready for that from me. All right. Just to extend a little something different to you guys. So the Ten of Swords for you here, and your role in this, I don't know if there was extreme gossip and worrying about stuff. There's something here, right? Or the way you think, all right? Because Swords is all about my mental tools, all right? Anything, any thoughts like despair, any thoughts of like worry, asking them over and over. There's a lot here. So this is your role. They roll here, all right, with the Four Cups in reverse that they wanted something new. All right. They got bored. All right. They wrote here is that they was just not into it. All right. I don't know. Somebody was a little more selfish. There was a lot of gossip, a lot of stuff that they were not into it. All right. So to give you a little bit more understanding, but you moving forward here, it looks good. All right. Because the sun represents happy endings, happy new beginnings. Everything is a catalyst. This is like, you know, there was something about your mental that they didn't understand how you didn't understand them. So it was a lack of understanding, a lack of caring here. And then the page of wands here, okay, when it comes to lessons that you're gonna break up is now, I don't know if you move too quick or you made this you know, I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to say this. There's not an easy way here. All right. Not to move too fast. Okay. To really take your time to really know somebody. Okay. Not to create. All right. Or avoid this. This is dramatic. All right. So the lessons you're going to learn here is not to be so dramatic, not to take things so seriously, or to have a little more fun, or maybe there's too much fun, or there's a lot of drama here. All right. So I'm going to leave it there. I hope you understand what I was trying to say to you in such a little time. And so the question is, would they? They might, because you got the page of wands. All right. As soon as you get the lesson, you get the blessing out of it. All right. Remember that you got blessings and lessons. I'm disturbed mentally. Are you? Are you? Are you? I didn't say that. You said that. I never said that. All right. The swords for me, we double up our intellect when it goes into gossip, which is very destructive at first. We double up on that. Okay. And then the rest of it goes into war. It goes into weapons. All right. Military. It could have been something in the military. There's something that is limiting your identity here, because when we double up on gossip, like everything is a curse. All right. I don't know. There's something here deep, and we all get that energy. All right. So it could have been anything with gossip, something. I don't know if you did this to yourself, basically, but there was a lack of understanding or helplessness or caring, or I don't know, disregard. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm not. You saying that? You're saying that you're disturbed mentally. I never said that. All right. So I don't know how fast you move with this person. A lot of things we're not gonna tell people. You could come in this medium and you won't say reveal things, right? All right. First, you got to look within yourself. That page of wands is a very remember, page is all about delivering news, and sometimes it could be listening to superficial information without things being verified. All right. This card is a card of enthusiasm, very, immature kind of energy. All right. There's something into that immaturity and lacking understanding and awareness. All right. So really got to understand that energy. All right. But maybe being over dramatic, making big things out of nothing. Right. So, hey, Sangeet Tupa Patal. How you doing, sweetie? All right. If you say, but don't say that about yourself. Look, the sun is gonna give you positive. You got positivity coming in. All right. Scientifically, it's a biological clock. The circadian, the third eye kind of energy, and it's the seat for all our senses: and hearing, see, smell, taste, and touch. All right, the seat of our awareness, which is such in the spirit. So when you surrender your lower self, you have that level of surrender by being aware, and then only you streamline with your intellect. It's gonna get divinized here. All right, you're moving beyond with the intelligence of the universe. All right, so learn how to network and create things, something different for yourself. Hey, all right. I am gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there. I am so sorry. I don't think I could get. I don't think I could. I'm sorry. All right. That was all your breakup spread. All right. What happened? I'm gonna leave it. Look, when you get to the 10 with somebody, basically, for now. Hello, hi. Why was Joshua being spiteful last night? Why is he trying to separate me and Joanna and Zachary? What was his energy last night? All right, let's see. Let's see. I like that question. Let's take that question. Let's see Zachary's energy last night as we tap into the great power and vice spirit of all there is and all that will ever be, this incredible life force behind all of existence who enlivens all things and animates and enlivens all life. All right, we call it God because all names are it's. All right, let's go ahead. One more. Honey, I'll see you on the next one. I don't think Honey's getting it. Honey, this is when we have, when you haven't had really a lot of experience. What was Joshua's energy last night? All right, I'm not going to allow you to ask me no more questions. Once I see that 10 of swords, unless he went into the army, all right, because that's an army card. That's a fighting card. All right. So I'm going to leave it there. Unless he's in the army, we're talking about our intellect. We're talking about our mental tools. Not using your mental tools. It's like being too conscious. A lot of times we're not told to use, because we're told just to be conscious, but our conscious always, we make really, really bad decisions. Yeah, go ahead and do it. No. Sit, pause. It's okay to pause and sit still sometimes. All right? And that in our stillness, in our pauseness, this is when we find the answers. Okay? Not when we're shooting at the mouth, not when we're moving too fast and missing just about. Let's go ahead one more. Let's see Joshua's energy. One more. Thank you. I see the Tower card. All right. 1, 2. I'm going to shuffle one more. Let's see if it falls to the left or to the right. Was he on that left-hand path? All right, to the right. To the right. All right, he got impatient. All right, he got impatient here. Another one. All right. So the 7 of Pentacles, the 7 of Pentacles, right? And the 5 of Cups, we go back. We always gonna go back to this card, all right? Because this is not in his right. Somebody's not in their right mind, all right? Somebody grew impatient here, but see this energy here, the 9 of Pentacles, right? When you see this energy here, I gotta fit into your schedule. I don't know if they got tired of somebody. I gotta wait till I gotta fit into your schedule. Is what I see here. All right. So what exactly happened? What's coming in for my love? So let me see here. Trying to separate me and Jana and Zachary. What was his energy? All right. His energy here, he lost, or he was not being in my right mind because I'm impatient because I don't know if somebody's trying to fit me into their schedule. They don't want to be fit into a schedule. If you're in a relationship with somebody, and they have like their own home, their own house, their own, they got everything, right? Right? And everything has to be worked according to this person because this person paid the bills, this person does everything. Okay? So this person that waits got to be put into this person. Like this person is not going to do it all, but it expects for you to do what this person says. You understand? I don't know if you understand that. You understand what I'm saying? But this is dragging me through the mud. All right. I don't know if they want them. I don't know exactly. Like, give me a little bit more here because I'm not really. You understand me? Remember that when you get to the 9, all right. I don't know if they were listening to music. There was music here. There was bath. There was waste. There's waste. There's a waste here. All right, there's something here because, listen, I pay all my bills. I take care of everything, right? I'm the breadwinner, and I have my son. I'm just using that as an example. All right, he goes to school, right? And so I got to make sure that I run everything, right? And he's got to fit. I got to make sure that he's in schedule with me, all right? Because I got to take care of things. Like I don't. One thing about I don't like to waste my time. I got to be up ready. I got to take care of appointment. I got to do everything. So you got to make sure that you're running the way I'm running things here, or you get left behind. You know, maybe there's something about the timing here because we got the Five of Cups here, all right? And the Five of Cups is resentful, unsupported, these things like that. Always remember the Nine of Pentacles is a person that doesn't really. You got to fit into my schedules. That's period at the end, all right? It could be something like that. I don't know how well to explain this card because this is the epitome of grace. This is a legal. There's legal things here as well, all right? But yeah, like I'm not gonna wait for you to do things. I'm gonna make sure things get done, and this is the way I like to get things done. I'm not gonna wait. Like I'm the person. I'm not gonna wait for you to do things. I want to make sure that everything's in schedule on schedule here. Okay, but yeah, because everything got to fit into me. What I have, how I got it going on. It's like you don't give nobody control of your life. You understand what I'm saying? You don't live. You can't if you're not doing anything. If you're not working, or you're not taking care of anything. You know there are legal things here, okay, because of this energy here, okay. But when it comes to because this person is a humanitarian, she's a legal libertarian, all right. This there could be legal because of this energy here, all right. There's a lot of conflicts here as well. I don't know if the cops are supposed to be called here, all right. But this is a lot of destructive energy. I don't know if this is their pattern. All right. What I mean by legal, because I understand this energy. This is a like a philosophy kind of energy. This is knowing things before they happen. You understand? You really got to understand the more of this card. But there are two sons here. All right. As I understand, Eleanor of Aquitaine, she had two sons. Right. She was married to one person first. It could be something separation because of the son or this jealousy. There's a lot here. I give a lot. Oh, sweat. All right, by the end of the day, you really got to understand the Nine of Pentacles, okay? She doesn't wait around to tell people, right, to do something. She gets it done. She expects for you to roll with her, all right? And then that's that. I'm done. Good night. That's it. It stops here. You understand? You're not understanding what I'm saying to you? Okay. When I do, listen, when I do the Light Path 9, you're going to understand this card a little bit better. I am going to try to do, let me see if I get there, 78 cards. Well, they're going to be fit into 4. All right? So I could explain to you that, so you go understand this energy a little bit better. All right? Because we go back to feudalism and how the hierarchy, there's always been a hierarchy. All right? And so this energy is all about being financially stable, right? Self-sufficiently, but then taking care of somebody at the same time because it's passing down to generation because she had to get something because somebody already had it. All right, it's like this. It's like when you get to the 8th house, it's being saying no to some money. You cannot get this money here. You understand? I'm gonna leave it there. All right, because it's too much to explain. All right, it's the Nine of Pentacles is not what you think it is. Okay, let me just say that. All right, this is getting support from somebody else. Maybe I don't know if somebody cut up their support. All right. All right. How do you want to fight with somebody that's not fighting with you? Like I said, they could be mentally here. All right. When people are, and I don't like to use a lot of psychological word. People disassociate themselves from reality. All right. You got to understand. Anytime that you get this is a self-destructive kind of energy. When people disassociate themselves, they'll say things and do things. They become not they don't connect anymore. All right. I don't know why. All right. But the Nine of Pentacles came out here, and the Nine of Pentacles is a self-sufficient kind of card. But when you get to that state in your life, right, your best years, and you're paying all the bills and you're taking care of somebody else, right, you want them to fit into your life. All right? And if not, then what are you going to do? All right. You're in a position where you got to fit into my lifestyle. Things got to go according. And after that, okay, see you later. Right. I could go vacation. I could travel. I could do whatever I want. You understand? So this is not a card of me wanting to be in a connection with nobody. This is I want to be alone. I don't know. I don't know how to explain that card. Unless they're on drugs. Unless they were smoking. All right? Because it's a kind of, that represents herb. Okay? I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt. But that represents herb, smoking marijuana. All right? And then they become psychotic. All right? I don't know if it was money or the parent. This is deep. It's deep. Okay? So Eleanor of Aquitaine had a vineyard. All right? But anyway, she got married to one husband. The husband cheated, left her with all the money. When you really understand, look up Eleanor Aquitaine. Study her so you can understand Eleanor of Aquitaine. All right? I think that's, yeah, I mean, I try not to use that word. I try not to use it because I understand people go through traumas. See, I understand things different. Listen, people go through trauma. Cause you got, see, I don't like to use that word. You know why? Because I look what's we got from this point to this point. We got a line, right? And that line is connected to everything. That line goes here, 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 makes a star. If you take it out, it goes around. If you take it out straight, you could do anything with just one, right? With one line. But what I'm trying to say to you is that I look at what happened, how that person became a narcissist. Okay, that's where I'm at. I'm not saying, he's a not, because not that I don't understand it, all right, and how people got to that point. So you could say either a person is really bad or they're really, really good. How could people switch up like that when I don't get my way? Why? Because then we look at moms, right? So then this could go to a mom where how she handles her man child when they keep making excuses and then I'm modifying his behavior. Do you understand? Lovely, 11. Merry Christmas. Hello, can you tell me the zodiac sign of my next partner's spouse? Oh, yeah, I would love that. I would go a little bit into it. There's not a lot of people here. Okay? So you got to understand. So that's why I don't use narcissists, because if I can't help somebody that doesn't really understand themselves, a lot of times the mom or the dad or the environment where they were raised, it has a lot of factors. You understand? So I'm all about understanding the human and why these things happen. Look at it from that. When we look at people, we got to look at it from multiple perspectives. We can just say this person became, how could they switch off like that? All right? Where were they raised? What is the environment? Because it's all about the environment. What traumas do they come in with? 9 out of 10 times, the parents, they create the child. They give them everything. We put them on pedestals. All right? Just like you see these angels here. All right? And then we expect them to good, really, really good little angels. And they're really not, because they come with so many other complexities. Right? So I'm that kind of person that you will come across. And I will explain to you here. So you could at least go back a little bit on that word without really understanding. A lot of people try to throw words that they don't really understand. All right? I'm all about understanding the person. How come you got like that? How come the narcissist? You understand me? When you talk to people, you want to come off different. You don't want to say the same thing without really understanding why. You understand? Okay? I love our kids. He tries to turn the kids against me. All right? Also, this is the father. Oh, okay. So this is the father of your children. All right? One way you're going to help him is not to call him a narcissist, because he doesn't really understand that. You understand me? It could be a parent that raising him made a lot of excuses, and so they fake ignorant to try to get out of the responsibilities, or they think they look so good. They need humbleness, they need help, they need kindness. And when you go against that, it's gonna be so bad, because he's trying to figure it out. He's trying to figure out why I'm like this. Why can I break this habit? Why? There's a lot of things. So I want you to just learn and try to help, because you got all the tools. You don't got to make excuses, all right? But you got to at least try to meet somewhere in the middle now, where you're going to be like, okay, I don't really understand the narcissist, but where it come from, but at least you can learn about the person that you're having children with. This is why we got to be careful. They could say to you, oh, be careful who you have kids with. You don't know in the future what's going to happen, all right? People like using words instead of knowing their meaning. Go and study some psychology. Go and at least study something, and they just use it and they never get to figure out nothing. They go write other people what they saying. It's time to break those. It's time to break those stigmas so you can get to the bottom of it. All right. Okay. Just try to talk to him calmly. Don't call him names. Don't call him people that we like to throw away. I'm gonna say it again. Stop throwing these words around if you're trying to help somebody. If you don't really know the root of the problem. This is why people hold off, because men can't deal with certain things. All right? They can't. All right? So just try to, for the new year. All right? And it's not sacrifices. It's just modifying your behavior, changing your energy, your shifts, just doing those things that are, you know what I mean? Just try something different. People just love to throw words only because they don't know nothing else. They write off everybody else's bullshit. Don't write off nobody. If you want your relationship to be healthy, you learn things and then you teach them to them. Oh, this is, and if he doesn't want to talk about it, he'll talk, and you get him somebody. But when you throw that word around, just because that's why you don't really hear me talking about it. I had to go first really deep to find out what it really means. All right, and a lot of times we go to our traumas, the inner child. It has to be one of the ways for us to heal is to go ahead and find the inner child's joy. And a lot of times, until we do that, we're going to continue to accuse each other, blame each other, and just go through all this nonsense. Unnecessary. When we limit our identity, again, when we have limited identity, right? The 4, 6, 8 people in your community, your life becomes a curse. Competence become a curse. A lot of the things that happen in the family, the crime happens within the family. Okay, everything in your circle becomes smaller, and then you think that you're under attack. That's happening, but you're not really understanding the tools of the mind. Our mind is incredible. It's endowed with incredible spiritual power. All right, so whatever it may be. This card will come over back to back to back to back to back until we stop limited identity and start expanding our consciousness and learn how to grow, right? And helping other people. Like, you go help yourself, do the things that you got to do for you and your kids. But if you see somebody, God is going to give you that opportunity. That is it. Share your message with the world. Help that person. All right? Because you don't want to set this person off loose with your children. All right? There's something much deeper here. The family could be talking because this is dragging you through the mud. This could be family talking. All right? This is a lot of stuff here going on. But this is what we do. We double up our intellect in war, right? And in gossip. Destructive. This is what we do. Instead of fixing it, we go along with everybody else. Oh, yeah, it must be that. No. All right? So good luck. So what do you do from here? Right? I'm going to take another quick break. If you have any other questions, right? I mean, I can just give you as much as I can here. And just hope to get you back to just try to get your person some help. Yeah, that's what it is. And that's why that's why I try not to do that to my son. I used to put my son on a real, and I said, man, I'm creating a narcissist. And they don't like that. They want everybody wants at some point to tell me the truth. And since nobody really knows, even to our existence here, because we're between Darwin's theory and right? Biology and science, all right? How the heck we got here, right? What's the stuff that we were created? We were created from the earthly stuff. Who created us, right? So we go through a lot of things that we don't really understand, but we rather just go along with everybody else. No, you find your own definition. You look into his background, the way he was raised, parents that freaking enable him. You look at that. So just look at everything, all right? Just don't say he's a narcissist because nobody wants to really be like that. Help him. Just help. The more you help him, you help yourself and you help your children. We got to clean the memory. This is saying clean your genetic memory. The genetic memory must be clean so we don't pass this on to the next generation. All right? Anything in our life will become a curse if we let this go on any longer. We got to clean our genetic memory. And so there's a lot of stuff here that I don't really share because a lot of people, they're not even prepared or they don't really understand. All right? So really, really look at this before you use that word. Okay? Just really try to understand what that word is and then go really deep. Then go a little deeper. Don't get comfortable with it. Just don't try. Whatever you do in this life, don't try to stay comfortable with anything. Period. All right? Always try to learn something else. Oh, that's why. Without making excuses. Okay? Hey, lovely 1111. I'll be right back, and then I'm gonna take your question. All right, I'm gonna be talking a lot about that because that card's gonna come out over and over and over and over and over and over again. All right, it goes into an emotion. He pays the bills and they let him do whatever. Yeah. Oh, so that's why. That's why I mean somebody's taking care of somebody. Oh, that's what it is. Okay. Do he drinks? All right. That's what happened. You know what? When you don't let people be disappointed, you're gonna disappoint yourself. All right. I use that one so much. Sometimes you gotta let other people be disappointed so you don't gotta be disappointing yourself. All right. So I'm gonna talk about a lot about this card so you don't get resentful. All right. And then I want to talk about the man child. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. All right. Because I gotta move forward here with the readings. All right. So just please try to don't throw that word. I don't use that word. Anybody that's around me, do you know what that means? No. So then why would you say it? It is. People do stuff. Yeah, people act whatever narcissist means and wherever this it come from, right? And I know that you got, look, I had one person I used to talk to years ago, and I said, man, this person just talks a lot about themselves, right? But I never knew what it was. That was like 4 or 5 years ago. I really wasn't aware of what the things that I know now. So it takes time when you learn little by little, little by little. Don't try to change everything in one shot. And I'm like, man, I said, listen, I got to go because I don't really have words. Not anybody I come across, right? Then I'll try to help him. I said, listen, this is why. And then you start looking at it. And then you just start modifying his behavior in little steps. Okay? And we are work in progress. We all are. Merry Christmas, Valinda. Hi, Valinda Stevens. Hi, hi, hi. All right, we all want to be in gossip and all that. This is the problem now. We all want to stay with that gossip and all this and that. And, the counselor says he's a narcissist. The counselor doesn't know spirituality. the counselor reads from a book. The counselor. This is one thing here. This is what bugged me out. Listen, I'm not taking nothing from nobody because I'm not a counselor. All right? And the cosmic spirit and the divine nature that's in me, I just don't look at that book and say, no, baby, no, no, no. No, no. And this is what the problem is, all right? Religious groups and schools, programs, oh, you can't learn nothing nowhere else, child. Yes, you can. All right? When you divine in nature, when you connect to your higher self, see, the pastor say, the pastor, who the pastor connected to? The pastor's lying to you. All right? The pastor's lying to you. The pastor, they hide stuff. Okay? People that are uneducated. What is the pastor? What he went to school and what he did. All right? I'm just telling you. The words, right. Yeah, they got it right. But that's not all it is to a person. When people go to superficial information, you got to know as above, so below. There are things that we would never understand, okay, and why this nature of that person and the personality that's behind it. So you could say, out of my here, right? I'm here physically, but I'm up there. You got to understand. There's things that'll blow your mind. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm done. No, I'm done. Hey, hello, how are you? All right, understand yourself at a higher level. All right, I'm here physically. All right, but I'm up there too. Okay, I operate from both. All right. And when pastor knows how to operate up there and the counselor, then they could come talk to me. All right. You could be spiritual without being religious. All right. Or a member of a hierarchy. All right. Religious beliefs include programs, rituals. Okay. And all the stuff that is not connected to the cosmic energy. All right. And with that being said, Merry Christmas. I'll be right back. All right. Let's learn. Let's expand our consciousness to more. Okay, let's look at more. Let's become more philosophical. Okay, let's get out of the book. Let's get out of the book that you don't understand. They the heck don't understand. All right, I'm not taking nothing away from anybody. But if you just looking at things here from a book, man, and you ain't going in that spirit, man, listen, you're gonna miss out a lot. And I just broke it just like that. Look. There's somewhere that you can stand here that will give you so much information that it'll blow your mind. I'll be right back. some water, I'm good. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Let me go. I hope that she understand. Pastor say Pastor don't know nothing. Pastor know that book. He know what that in that book. Pastor gonna tell you a whole lie. That's what Pastor gonna do. Pastor gonna take your money. Pastor, I'm sorry. I'm gonna tell the truth. I'm so sorry. If you get offended, you don't want to come in here. All right. Have faith, believe in yourself, and learn something new. Expand your consciousness. You're here. You owe it to yourself. All right. Hey, Genetic. Hi. All right. Go sit down, talk to Jesus, and ask him for the answers. All right. You have a friend in Jesus. That's all I can say to you. Hey, Florence. Hi. All right. We are here to awaken to some truths and to decide what truly lies in nature. All right. Ultimately, you are your judge, your own jury, and your own executioner. Okay. So remember that Mother Earth doesn't give her secrets quietly, easily. Okay. It's very mysterious and very arcane. You don't know what you don't know, and that is a shame. Okay. Little by little. What do the card say about 2026? I had somebody before. I don't know if this person left. You don't know what you don't know. You have a friend in Jesus, okay? Go connect and ask questions. Never stop asking questions, okay? Always challenge somebody else's beliefs, mine's included, okay? Anybody's, all right? And you owe it to yourself. Any good news for me coming this week? All right, I think since the other lady left, let's go ahead. Yeah, always challenge somebody's beliefs, period. Challenge them. All right? That's it. Challenge people's beliefs, including mine, okay? You believe in yourself. Then you go ahead. You start, things will start being revealed to you. You got help available to you, okay? You don't know what you don't know, but you got to ask, okay? You got to sit within yourself. That's the most uncomfortable things you could do, all right? Hold on. I don't want to be still. I don't want to wait. I grow impatient. Let's go ahead. Lovely, you're here? All right, let's see here. I'm going to go back to your question. She asked me a question earlier, right? Lovely, Merry Christmas. Hello, Merry Christmas to you. Can you tell me the zodiac sign of my next partner or spouse? I like that. I'm going to go a little bit long. I'm going to go a little bit more, all right? Because that's crazy that you guys are asking me that, because those are the spreads that I'm going to be doing, all right? And hold on one second. Your future. I'm going to give you, I don't really normally do this, but there's not a lot of people here, so I take it this time. All right? So let's go ahead with, we're going to look here. First, I'm going to give you your first impressions, your common bond with this person, and the wisdom, all right? Listen, a lot of times when you do tarot, it tells you to give them motivation. A lot of times you guys need motivation, inspiration, the same thing, right? Inspiration, motivation. There's guidance when I get the cups, okay? When I get the wands, it's inspiration, it's motivation, okay? And then when I get the swords, all right, it is advice. And a lot of us don't take it. We take it, we don't take it. All right? So it's not all to give you everything in one shot. Sometimes you don't need you might have the motivation, but you don't have the guidance. All right? Sometimes you have the guidance, you don't have the motivation. So you got to really understand it. So I want you to be prepared when I read. All right? We want these grand, big. All right? If you don't understand the vagueness, you're not going to understand the specific. Okay? Let's go ahead. I was going to use the Pope Tarot. All right? Because these are so big. Okay? And for me, I can shuffle them. I'm used to shuffling. New subscriber. You've been here, right? Wasn't you here before? All right, let's go ahead and give you your first impressions of the person, okay? Let's see here. The Nine of Wands. That always gonna come out. Then always expect the Nine of Wands when it comes to the first impression. You're gonna be a little bit defensive, okay? Okay, because they might remind you of somebody here or somebody that you had. Of course, you understand this card, the unfinished business here. What is the common bond? This is 8. This is 9. You might work with this person, okay? So this card, you already know, is a card of working in the same place, or they might have. I don't. What kind of lovely? What kind of religious beliefs you have? You might meet them at a church. You might meet them at work. Okay. So there's a symbolic meaning here because these persons were the Hittite women. They were dressed cover up. But this is Muslim. Are you Muslim? You're gonna have in common with them, right? This is the ones that I'm gonna be doing. All right. Common bond between you two. I want you to get in here with your energy because if not, I'm gonna drop it. All right. So you're not Muslim. There could be a religious thing that you might like the same architecture, building. There's something here that's a common bond. All right. You can meet them at work. You can meet them at a church. You can meet them at a mosque. You can meet them. So it's gonna be an indoor place that you're gonna go. Something that you find fun. All right. Okay. Hey, I'm just listen. All right. If you want me to stop, I'm gonna stop right now. Okay. I will stop right now. I'm not gonna. I don't like to waste my time. Okay. I'm just giving you a little bit at a time here. Okay. The wisdom for the future. All right. So this is this is guidance here. Okay. So anytime I get the cup is a little to guide you. Okay. So the 7 of course it's a card of flying away. All right. Somebody that keeps you grounded. So make sure that because this is all about grounding. All right. You might get caught up with the initial excitement. So how to calm your excitement, how to come back down to earth, practice some mindfulness meditation, something that's going to keep you grounded because you might get this. You got to have to learn how to connect the initial excitement that you're going to feel. All right. It could be anywhere here with the 3 of Pentacles. Okay. But most likely this is in a place where, all right. So small, it could be a small group. All right. But let me continue on. The 9 of Wands, of course, is a card of being defensive, avoiding, and denial because it's been hurt. All right, so you both of you might be in that energy, but I'm gonna confirm just one of these cards. I'm trying to put this up. All right, so we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 is why haven't you found them? Okay, how to overcome that, why you haven't found this person. And then 3 is going to be about what could you do to meet them, okay? Because here, this is the guidance here, okay? This is your first impressions right here. And then this is the common bond. And then this is the wisdom for the future. And this takes you into a guidance kind of energy because you're going to be, I don't know if you're going to be like, is it too good to be true? Or you're going to be in this euphoric kind of energy. But we'll get a little bit more into that later. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to give you 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, quickly. And so these are my future love because you asked me what is the sign, okay? And I will give you the sign. I will reveal the sign to you towards the end, okay? Let me put this right here. All right. All right. And I will be explaining it on the reads, of course. And this will take me maybe 25 minutes. But I want you to listen to the message behind it. I don't want you to be like, oh, all right, because you're asking me. Okay, remember that. Keep that. I want you to be mindful when you come in and be open-minded to. But there's something here that you might There's some mystery. You're not. Listen. Always remember that you're not gonna be able. You don't reveal yourself. None of us do. None of us none of us reveal to people when we first meet people. We don't reveal everything. That grows in time. That takes time. All right, because a lot of times don't reveal to people until you really know where they're coming from. All right, don't reveal too much about where you live at. None of that. All right, your money situation, who you live with, nothing. They don't gotta know all of that. So just a little bit of information at a time. Okay, now let's go ahead here. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Okay, and so the 1 and the 2 is why haven't you found them yet? And how to overcome this, because you haven't healed. There's something that you haven't healed yet. All right. So you have to heal something here. Why you haven't healed them yet? I don't know if you. Well, let me see a little bit more, okay? Because this is a card of excitement and action, and it's a card of vitality, and it's a card of growth. There's something here with the Ace of Wands, or manifesting your, or the way you manifest things. All right, because manifesting my thoughts into reality, you, I don't know, you limit yourself, okay? Because the Ace of Wands is an exciting flirting, or you don't flirt, all right? You don't flirt. There's something here that you don't do, or there's something here, right? But let's just continue, okay? So then we did 1 and 2, and now we're gonna do 3, which is how you can meet them and how will you know them, all right? And how you. So then, how will you know them? You're gonna you're gonna know them because they're going to be so fiery, attractive. They're gonna be muscular. All right. Now the thing here is that this could be right. Who works for a moving company? Because you're not moving anywhere. Because this person could work for a moving company. All right. That's how you're gonna know them. All right. There's something here about them. All right. So, because I got the 3 of Pentacles over here. All right, let me leave this over here. All right. You like it? Oh, I like that. See? And that's cute. So the Strength card is saying, look, there's somewhere, oh, construction. Okay, either way. Construction, police. So this card has so many different meanings. It got from police officer, construction, moving company, because they are nice. All right? They're calm. You're gonna know they calm, but they got that other hidden. All right, but this is gonna give you a lot of initial excitement. All right, when I explain this card a little bit better, but this person is like, a charmer. All right, very persuasive. That's how you're gonna know them. You're gonna be like, oh, that's the one that she's telling me about. All right, you already know the personality. You already know the energy. All right, there's no mystery. There's not gonna be a mystery. There's no mystery here. So that's how you're gonna know this person. So the three, this is how you know them. The 3 is what can you do to meet them. All right. You already know you have to take charge because this is the card of the cavalry. So you know how you wait to be rescued. All right. You know when they go to the cavalry, and that's when you get all the rescue, because this is all about being in the army position, right? When you go save the person, this is when you go. You understand that, right? You understand. Look up that word cavalry, okay? Again, it could be in the church. I don't know if you're going to a church. I don't know. All right. And you didn't ask me the time. All right. But this could be in the new year. All right. But nobody really likes this energy. But this is a savior, because you got to understand the knights, the kings, and they were all put in charge, women to protect. It could be a police officer as well. All right. Or it could be, I don't know, you put construction. It could be something to that. It's somebody that's going to come to the rescue, because why? All right. Why you could use to meet them, right? Be a little more aggressive. Be a little bit more, more prepared. All right. All right. Don't, because look, the thing is here, and then embrace duality, because when you embrace duality, right? By you embracing duality, because you're saying to yourself, hi, Diana. Oh, that's why I'm like, wait a minute, okay? I'm gonna give you a lot here, but this is such a little time, because I want to explain this card a little bit more. You know, when you say to yourself, right? Will I be will I have pain? Will I have pleasure? Right? Because this is a flirting kind of energy, all right? Because you want to have, you don't see, the thing is that you're trying to avoid the pain, and you're not gonna be able to avoid that. Because guess what? If you embrace duality, you're gonna have pain and pleasure, right? And then you're gonna pick up that one straight, and you're gonna move towards it no matter what the consequences are. When you get stuck in the duality of death, the battle, you understand? You're gonna run from confrontation, or you're not gonna be able to proceed on, because you're always gonna question, would I be successful? It's like even for a job, right? Or even to get anything that's in a competition, all right? Everything's always a competition with us anyway, right? This is how we learn around the world. This is how we have the experience. You got it? So would I be successful? Would it be a failure? Would I have pain? Would I have pleasure? This is what you're going to have both. If nothing had value, there's nothing to compare its value to. You got to first understand that everything has value. All right, you have value, things have value, everything has value. We cannot put the value on things. We can, like if we put the value between people, how important they are, right? Oh, they don't have no value. They don't got nothing going on. It could be somebody that's really probably doesn't have a car. All right, I don't know. It could be somebody that and could change your life. All right, I'm just gonna put it like that because I want to move on. I want to move forward. All right. Let me. This was. We're gonna go. We're doing 5, 6, 7, and then 5, 6, and 7. I gave you 5, 6, and 7. Yeah, I got 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Where would I find them, and where will I? Okay, 5, 6. Wait, I'm sorry. Hold on. Where will I find them, and when? And when? Now we're gonna go to when. All right. We're gonna go to the guidance and tips, and that's it. Okay. Let's go ahead. It's already shuffled. 5, competition. Okay, so okay. Let me make sure. Hold on a minute. What I did here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 down here. 5. Where would I find them? All right. So let me tell you something. So there is a place here, right? Because now it changed. Something changed here. I don't know why. All right, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something. Stay with me. Something changed here because a lot of times that we go, right? When we go to the DMV, right? Do you have to go to? There's a renewal of a car here or getting a car. When we go to the DMV, we got to go through different departments. All right. We got to go to the different department, which makes things a little bit complicated for us. It's like dealing with red tape. All right. A lot of times, a lot of our documents, they were sealed and they were put away for compliance with rules. Do you understand that? During the red ribbon time. Okay, I forgot what year that was. It's back in ancient times. So you could be going to the DMV to renew something here, or you could be going to a car. You could be going to a car dealership. You could, because this is mostly transportation. You could be traveling in the bus. All right, something that's difficult. Okay. I don't know if there's something that you got to do here with a vehicle. You could be taking your car to somewhere where it requires you to see multiple departments. All right. Could be that as well. All right. So the 4 cups here, when it's in reverse, this is a carer. Okay. This person is a carer. So I don't know if you're going to get inspired because you do understand that normally like this is a disappointment. So something's going to get you really excited when you're going to start changing stuff here. Right. Because then the 7 is guidance tips. So my guidance tips here, I don't know if you do something that's traditional or there's something that you want to change here. Maybe you might be doing that or change that or be more like open with your feelings. All right. Or it could be somebody coming to help you. All right. There's something here, but I kept seeing a move. You understand? There's something here that you're going to want to change here. In the future, okay? Like, because you already know this card. Getting your hair done, your nails, changing your look, all right? Not seeing yourself no longer as a carer. Meaning that a lot of times when we take care of parents, right? When we take care of somebody that's physically ill, all right? Because this is I don't know if you work at a doctor's, all right? Office or something. A lot of times when we taking care of parents or somebody that is immobilized, okay? Oh, okay. Because this is something like that, but it's something that's because I keep going back to the moving. I keep going back to the moving, and that was the first card, and that's the first thing that jumped at me. Okay. So anyway, these are the readings are gonna be. Okay. These are you could explain my future love. Why haven't you found them? How to overcome that, the heartbreak, but it all goes back to embracing duality. because the yin to your yang, right? You understand the yin to my yang, all right? But this is both you. You both have the yin and the yang. How to have the balance between your positive and your negative, your feminine and your masculine, because you don't want to be too aggressive and you don't want to be too shy, too compassionate. You want to have to learn how to be kind but authoritarian, which is that's a thin line for most of us to do. All right. So there's something here. It could be here. It could be something about, because you're gonna have to go at some point and change something, whether it's your address, your license. There's something here that's gonna require you that's to change something, and you're gonna do that, and it could be there that you meet this person. All right, somebody that's gonna work. It could be a cable. It could be a cable guy. It could be a light. It could be somebody that drives a truck. It could be that makes sense. You understand? It's somebody like that. Somebody that might come because it's gonna help you get things organized. All right, so you don't have to go through certain different departments, because I understand this card. You know, like if you go to Social Security, if you go to the DMV, if you go into any government states, there's something that's going to require for you, right? Because this is something that makes complicate things that are complicated. They're going to make it easier. All right. So this is how you're going to know this person. All right. I should have did them backwards, but I like to start with the my first impressions and the common bond between us and the wisdom for the future here. All right. But after this explanation, because I like to explain things, so sometimes it's a little bit difficult for me to explain the card of the dark and the light and that yin and yang, because you understand it different. But these are within you, and these are obstacles. You get it, right? You like understanding the law of polarity and understand the law of gender and the law of rhythm. All right, nothing is permanent. Everything has its masculine and feminine energies, and how do we go ahead between that and not to choose sides? All right, because we normally want to tend to look at which is great. We look at the positive, but you also got to look at the negative. You got to look at the compliment and the criticism. We got to stand right in the center of the chaos and become one with it. Because if we choose to banish the shadow, right, and just want the calm, how when it gets tough, when it gets challenges, how do I overcome that? All right, you have here, because this says you're going to beat out the competition, because this is willpower, determination that's within you, because you're guided here, divinely guided by the stars. You understand? So the first sign of consciousness was the first neutron star, because now we're here, right? We're in this physical incarnation. We are up there, but we are here. Physically, we're here. Our higher self, we up there. You got it? So, the chariot, I like it because it's a card of determination, willpower. It's a card that brings healing, but understand that love is not, a lot of people don't really understand love. It's hard to explain because it's very complex. It's very contradicting. But when we go to the extreme black and white, is my person going to be good or they're going to be bad? They're going to be both. All right? They're going to be both. You're not going to get to have that experience. Well, hopefully not. All right? Hopefully you don't get that experience. But just embrace yourself for duality. And then when you embrace duality, you know that challenges are part of life. All right? Every relationship goes through its phases. All right? And don't choose sides. Just learn how to find the compromise when things get tough, because, they're going to have different opinions of you. All right? If you look at what a relationship should look like, traditional, right? Because this is all about changes. When you get to the 5, this forecast is the future. One of the thing about the 5s is a forecast of the future, because it's the one that says you're gonna break out of the religious beliefs, all right, of the way you think marriage, right? So we're gonna graduate high school, we're gonna go into college, and then we're gonna have this career, and then we're gonna go. Everything life just doesn't happen like that. For most of us does. You understand me? So I'm gonna have this career. I want to pick a white fence, and then life happens. All right, people. There's things that are happening. So embracing duality is gonna give you this. It's gonna give you the opportunity to see both sides of the situation. Not blame each other when things get tough. How to deal with of course, the strangeness of our existence, or however you understand yourself, right? And not to be so judgmental, to be less defensive, right? And things to that nature. Okay, I don't want to give you a whole bunch of cockamamie crap and telling you that challenges are not going to happen. You're going to take off. Everything's going to be beautiful, because that's not true. All right, knowing that you got the power, the willpower, and and if you stay determined in your path to finding love, and you embrace that duality, that you'll be successful, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. Let's stop wasting time with people that, because look, one thing that you have to have a lot of experience. If we've been there, done that already, right? Then yeah, this is my path. Am I gonna always deal with somebody that's hard to deal with, or somebody that is, let's say that you don't want to, let's just say that your soulmate changes. It might change. It might not be the one that you expected. If we want the attractive, good looking stud guy, then that's what it is. That's, what you like. But then you can't get mad, dating a hot person. When you date a good looking guy with a nice car, right? Because I know what I'm looking at here, then it's going to cost you this. If you know what you like, a lot of times, we get the real good looking guy, and then we get the ugly guy. This is the way it goes. You got to have the experience, what I'm saying, sweetie. You got it? Nah, I don't like that guy. Ugh. He's corny, or he dressed funny, or he got money. You know what I mean? He got a nice car, but he might not look good. Eye could be crooked. Sign could be different. And it might just throw you off. Man, I don't freaking like, I went through it, so I know. All right? It could be, you understand that, right? So just be prepared for that as well. But knowing that if you date somebody that got a nice car, that's somebody that looks good, it's going to come with challenges. You know that. All right? They're going to they have the hot side, that aggressive. They have that. They like to be out and hanging out with the boys, You're going to learn how to deal with that. If not, then that's not for you. Then now if you want the easier path, right? Then that's what you embrace. You embrace that something new. Even if a guy is not that good looking, that don't mean they ain't going to cheat. They still going to cheat. You understand? They might not say it right away, and don't expect people to tell you everything right away. So you don't be in this, disappointed. Understand that. Even the good looking, I'm going to leave it there because I don't know what else to tell you. All right. We want the life has got its challenges, and their point of view and the way they do things. Even if you try to get this person, don't move so fast. All right. Yeah, we too picky. It's because we know what we like, but that's not what we need. We know what we like, but is that what you need? And for us, remember, we are controlled by the 5 senses. I like a certain smell. I like a certain look. Yes, Shantae, go ahead, Vasquez. Go ahead, Miss Vasquez. We know what we like. And if it's not, oh man, I don't know. Oh well, what the hell? Let me go out with him. Don't we do that? Yeah, man. We don't understand. Like, man, he changed my life. I'm calmer. They treated me nicer, but they might do it. When we're dealing with the flesh, when we're dealing with the animal side of us, right? We do things. We like certain things. Remember, we're controlled by the 5 senses, and how to embrace duality is one of the most important things, and how to flip out of that infinity loop. But this person's gonna feel like old deja vu. They're gonna feel like old deja vu. This is a karmic energy. We all got karmic ties, and we all got people from the past that we might see in another person that causes us to, step back and be like, scared, be like, wow, But when he did get money, here came the woman. Yeah, before that silence, oh my God, at least he had 25-year loyal. It's weird stuff, not a woman. Exactly. Yeah, here come the woman. Yep. That's how it is. Indeed. Yep. That's how it is. We got to know how to embrace that, man. But remember, if you had somebody really, really good look, or you always date good looking men or woman, and then you get older, you be like, wow, now I gotta settle for this. Now this is not what I like, but this is what you need. All right, it's giving you an opportunity to date something different. All right, it could be different color. You know, you're not used to, like, let's say you're dark and you, I don't know, oh, I don't like that color. You know, man, life just teaches. It'll humbles us. That's all. And that's why a lot of times you get the Four of Cups. I'm going to give you a, let me see what planet comes out for you. Let me give her one. Oh, let's see here, right here. And you got Earth. And so this person is going to be an Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo. This person is going to be an Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Is she still here? Or she left. All right, I wasn't finished with her. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You got Mother Earth, and remember that Mother Earth, she doesn't reveal her stuff. She doesn't reveal her secrets. Keep your secrets. Don't reveal everything. But this person is going to be a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn for sure. Okay? You're welcome. You got Earth there. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Are very down to earth, easy to talk to, calm energy. All right, but they got a little bit of both. They got a little bit of the wild and a little bit of the calm. All right, but it depends how we treat it. All right, I'm still young and good looking, but people try to oppress me. It's wild. You're welcome, lovely. Really? Oh, remember those good days. Oh, man, indeed, value worthy. Man, God bless you. They try to oppress me. Explain. I would like to talk about that. All right, I'll be right back. You could go ahead and share some. Oh, I remember my good looking, my young days. Nice hips, beautiful smile, beautiful teeth. I still got nice teeth. And then gravity happens. Nice waist, sexy. I get it. I got you. Blessings. Have a beautiful day. You don't want to. You don't have a question. You don't want to share nothing. I want to see how the people try to oppress me. Why? They can't handle you. Just share some. Or what favorite candy, kind of candy? All right, next question. I'll be right back. All right, what she said. Who will my 2026 blessings? All right, I wanted her to share a little bit with me. Um, let's go ahead. Janie Vic 4253. Who will my 226 look like? Oh, okay. Let's go ahead. Let's go give you who is it. Since there's not a lot of people here. Whoa. Let's go with who is it. I have one more 10 more minutes. All right, we're not gonna get into the tarot. The tarot is mostly physically. They're gonna tell you the same thing. You're gonna meet the same people because you gotta change your frequency. And it's just like watching TV. All right, you're gonna meet the same people because you gotta change your frequency. If you don't change it, you're gonna attract the same people. Period. At the end. Let's tap into the most great, powerful divine spirit. Thank you, Jesus. Let's go ahead. Who is it for you? So when you ask me, that's what they're going to look like because you're dealing with the same energy. You shift your energy focus, and then you start vibrating higher and changing and running through some different frequencies. You know, here on the earth, at atomic levels, we have these frequencies that range from 8 point. So when you get a lot of red, that is very low vibration, which is earthly, which is okay. All right. When you vibrating with people that are high, like people that go to church, that is a different energy. You got to tune in with that. So you got who's this blonde person? That's the first number that pop, pop, pop. Genevieve. Oop. They teeth, a gap. One more. I want to give you 3 more. I would say one more. One more. And thank you. All right, let's go ahead. Blue eyes. A tribal. Oh, how will it look like? Oh, okay. Because I'm giving you short hair. This person is going to be from a tribal. Short, maybe blue eyes, baby blonde hair, and they teeth. Okay? What my person would look like? I'm sorry. Like I told you already, and people don't really want to hear it, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Okay? If you don't change your frequency, if you don't change the vibrational frequency that you are now, you're going to attract the same partner. So it doesn't really matter. You're going to go through the same thing. Okay? Unless you get the judgment card. All right? The judgment card. So you can start from the sun, the moon, the sun, the star, the judgment, and the world. Okay? That's pretty much is done. All right? That means that when you do that, you basically close yourself off. You're still in the same vibrational frequency, so you're gonna attract the same partner. So there's nothing here. All right. I want to give you that so you can help you understand to raise your vibration, okay, and be more mindful, because that's the job or the work or the apply or the effort that we don't want to do because we want to go now. We want it now. All right, and that's what happens. You're gonna attract the same energy. Period. All right. So when you look at this, all right, so this energy is all about getting your wish fulfillment, all right? The 3 of Pentacles. Well, I mean, the three goes with the 3 of Pentacles. It goes with leading you into stable, happy relationship. There's a lot of warmth, love, energy that you're gonna give. Hey, Princess Amy. And then you got the 9 of Cups, which is emotional fulfillment. I like that. I just did me a reading. When was it? Tuesday, and I got this energy here because I had lost my check. All right, I lost my check, and I got the sun, so I got a good outcome because 5 hours later, I found my check. Okay, 5 hours later, the check, I dropped it in the outside, and I went back to that place. 5 hours later, my check, it was soaking wet, but I said, okay, I'm gonna have a good outcome. All right. So you are gonna meet somebody here new. This person, it's of course, jumps head first. I want to ask today. Can I? Yeah. You could go ahead. That's it. After that, I'm done. All right. So this is gonna take you into a nice, kind of warm, stable, happy. But it's not gonna want to. It's not gonna be serious. Okay. It's not gonna want to be serious. All right. So make sure that you keep your options open. This person might come in, all right? It's probably a bit in a hurry, all right? But you're going to feel good. You're going to feel elated. You're going to feel happy. But the Fool is about taking risks, all right? Because it's an urgency of, take risks. Tomorrow is, so you got to decide between the dual nature and the embracing duality here, right? Because you might not say nothing. You already know you've been there. All right. Oh, I already know what this looks like. They're going to come in quick. It's like fools rushing in. All right. It's going to bring you this calm energy. You're going to feel happy. Okay. You're going to feel elated. Yay. Right. You're going to get your wish because this is what you're wishing for. All right. So I want to know my 22. It's going to look like, it's very inspirational. It's very optimistic, but it's not going to last. Why? Because it's a kind of rush kind of energy, okay? And the Fool's all about taking that initial excitement and see how long it goes, all right? And Fool says, you know what? Maybe you're gonna have a hard time with them at the beginning, all right? And so it's like, I don't know. Remain your options. Stay open for more, okay? Because they might not tell you and review. Nobody does. Don't expect them to review everything. This person is carefree, is a happy person, right? And so they're young. They could be younger than you, or could just be passing through, right? Because this represents freedom. You didn't get no. Oh, you got the 5 here. There goes the 5. All right. And so the 5 is all about wild. They like the wild. They like adventure. They take risks. So, all right. If you don't change this frequency. Because if you're trying to, when you get the judgment card, it's all about higher vibrational frequency. Because now everything that's been buried, all the emotions, everything is going to come up. All right. And you're going to feel new. You're going to feel like, you can wait. Love that's easy, that's patient, that's not like, too forward. All right. That's going to limit you here in some way, shape, or form. So, all right. That's basically it. You're going to stay within the same energy. All right. But everybody has their own vibrational frequency. And with that being said, Merry Christmas to you. All right. So, listen, we are not the first people that give birth. Once we understand the Empress, she doesn't need to chase anybody. She waits and they come to you. All right. So you're going to meet somebody like that. It could last. It might, it's up to you. Okay, but she's entering a new phase, okay, of warmth, but one thing about her, she doesn't have to chase anybody because they come to you, all right? So this person is going to come to you, all right? So you could expect that they might want to move a little too fast, I don't know, all right? It could be an Aries, you understand that's an Aries. It could be an Aquarius, it could be a Taurus, all right? So, but it's very grounded energy. It's going to be exciting. Okay. And like everybody, they got to understand that this energy, if you don't change your frequency, that's pretty much it. The question is, what should I do to change my frequency? What should I do so I don't keep attracting the same partners, And he's a Virgo. What is coming into me in marriage? And he is a Jade. You're Virgo. Here we go again. Yeah, and hey, that could last for a long time. Where she went? Did she leave? That could last for a long time. People go through that. They stay, they have a baby, and but they listen. One thing about that, just to leave you, this person could be really faithful. Once he find, you made me laugh. Once they wild, but once they find the person they want to be with, right? They be faithful. They'll be faithful. Okay. So don't take that so bad because that happens. This is how you learn about life. Okay, Janovic. So don't worry about it, all right? This is your learning. This is all about the learning thing again. Going through the same thing. All right? You're going through that, you're gonna go through that cycle one more time and eventually you stay with that. This is where we at. We stay in the 3. All right? What should I do? I fall in love. It's okay. Then you're here to fall in love. All right, but you can't. Then you got to start asking all these questions. Don't worry about it, because once they committed, they'll be faithful as an old dog. All right, but it requires work. All right, just know that you're here. You're gonna have the experience. Every time I see the Fool, oh, okay, it's just like a person leaves you and they go with somebody else. All right, they go to the next person. All right, they might have baby mother here, baby mother there. Right, they're just wild. All right, maybe you'd be the one to tame them. All right, so you get your wish fulfillment for sure. You do. All right? You're patient, you're kind, you're understanding. All right? You're like a mother figure here. All right? The only thing that's telling you, don't make excuses for them. Don't treat them like your child. They're not your child. All right? Don't talk to them like your child because they're not. Don't make excuses. Modify his behavior in small steps. And you got yourself a winner. All right? The fool is a fool, but he's not really a fool. All right? He's not really a fool. But just the only thing, if you're going back to the 3, all right? Because this table's a steady relationship. All right? Stability. Know your values. Okay? But don't treat them like your child. Don't start nagging and talking to them like, don't do that. If you don't do that, you'll be okay. Nobody, I already warned you. They'll be faithful, but they wild. They got that wild side. Okay? Just remember that. 5 is the one that forecasts the future. All right? If you're not ready to have children, use protection because this is all about. Okay? This is not for you, Amy. This is for Genevieve. Use protection. Okay? And we here. We have the experience. Somebody that grounds make us feel warm, very nurturing, kind. You got that beautiful energy. All right? Embrace something new. Enjoy it. It's gonna. Every relationship are like that at the beginning. They'll feel fresh, new after the 3, 4 years, 5, 6, 7. It's like all right. So I of course expected to see that energy when it comes to the Fool. All right. When it comes to your question here. All right. At first, it's going to feel good, and you might have to go through some changes, but hey, everything could be worked out. Let's go ahead. I love you too. Thank you. What should I do it for? Hey, that's what love is for. All right? And a lot of us, we rush in. All right? You can't help it. Hey, I want it now. All right? We'll be around them for a couple of years. All right? All the best. And when you see that Fool, that's what the Fool's telling you. All right? That's it. It's a new beginning. Wow. All right. Wow. Stay faith in your future. Have faith that everything's going to work out. The only thing you could do, always expect the very best, especially when you start dating somebody that has a wild side. Okay? They might be a little aggressive, but they don't mean nothing. They'll be faithful, but just don't speak to them like your child. They're not your child. All right? I'm going to do men-child readings, and I'm going to teach you when you get that Fool, what does it mean? All right? But he's going to chase. He's a chaser. He chases. You don't got to chase nobody. Let's go ahead. And this is my last. The Fool's not a bad card if you're starting to date. If you dating out there, or you just got a relationship, you're going to just meet somebody that's wild, that's ready for adventure. All right? They like the adventure. You got to have you got to stay with them because they like it. They like it. They like that adrenaline. All right, it's an adrenaline junkie. They get off that. This is what gives them power, confidence. All right, it's exciting. They want sex. That's it. Don't worry about it. All right. Thank you. One more. So it's positive outcomes all the way. One more. There's nothing when we dating somebody that they really, you're so beautiful. They kind. They funny. They just take you out of your comfort zone. They take you out of your you're going to be taken out of your comfort zone. So get ready. Get ready. All right? So don't worry about it. You live in your life. Just set boundaries, limitations. All right? And let's go ahead, Princess Amy, with your Virgo. The 10 of Wands. The Fool again. The Death card. And are they coming back? Because you got the energy here. Are they coming back after? This is like a resurrection here. Okay? So what was it? Because you got 2 6s here. All right? They're telling you to have a conversation. You got 2 10s here. All right? Wow. So what happened here? Let me see. What was the question? In marriage. And is he the J Virgo? Could be, because we got here the ending of beginning, right? This is an ending. Endings are always new beginnings. Everything's a catalyst for growth. You understand, although physically, all right, this is a blast from the past here. All right, but they're telling you somebody that wants to have a conversation. All right, this is all about mentally, they want to connect to you more mentally here. All right? Because this is a completion here. All right? When somebody be with you after a while and they come back because they feel, they already went and they did things, blah, 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 blah. But the death card is about not a death, a physical, because we don't die. Physically, we die. Spiritually, we don't. Okay? So understand the death card. It's a death of the flesh, of this. So that means physical. Even though it could be physically, okay? Even though it could be physically, okay? What that means that is the sex is non-existence. All right? The part of the physical part of the relationship is not there. So this is that kind of death because we don't physically, spiritually, we don't die. All right, we are multidimensional and we are energy and pure light. Period. All right, so we gotta really understand that the death card is like, the king is alive. I don't know if you heard that song. Heaven's got a hold on me. I found me in the middle of the storm, ashes to ashes. Anyway, I raise a hallelujah in the presence of my enemies. Anyway, I do listen to a lot of that beautiful inspiration because I got to tune into a high vibrational frequency. So music is one of the best ways to raise your vibration. Okay, you want to expand, you want to feel it. All right, it's all in the feeling, it's all in the tone. Okay, but anyway, here, um, I know him, but he didn't know me. We haven't talked yet. You have a great. Oh, I do. Don't set me up like that. But anyway, all right. They said there's nobody here. All right. So you said you don't know him. He knows you, but I knows him, but he don't know me. Is it going to be the Virgo? Okay. So because you got two tens here, okay, this is a card of, right, not only because this comes out more than it should, and it's a card when things are, of course, done, but there is a resurrection of energy. All right, I don't know, you set me up with that. All right, so you got the Six of Pentacles, six, balance back into your life. All right, you get the resurrection, and then you get here, communicating here. All right, again, like I told Miss Genevieve, with the Fool card, when this person comes, try to keep your options open. All right, because it might not be what you think. Okay, until you really communicate here, because the six is about communicating your wants here, because she communicates and she talks about her childhood. She talks about, right, the money, because it's all about money and taking care of things, right? My values, my emotional values, my physical values, right? And things like that. What I'm not going to put up with. Just connecting about your limitations here. All right? So maybe we will talk in the future. Yeah, because all deaths are not deaths. You got to understand physically. All right? So even though you probably say, oh, I'm never going to find the one, it might not be physical, is what it's saying. Okay? It might be through other means, meaning phone. All right, because this is about technology. All right, one of the things about the Fool, it represents tech. It's a techie. The rocks are silica. These rocks represent silica. It represents going back to these times. So when we evolve in AI, we either gonna go and there's a new technology, because this is technology. You got to understand that technology are the rocks, okay? Because we come from that sort of technology. All right. So understand that everything that changes, everything that evolves, it goes into a different. Uh, these were used to communicate. All right. So you got to really understand the technology behind here and the Orion's belt. Okay. Maybe he dresses really good. He got nice clothes. He likes to match. So somebody that tribal. All right. I gotta go. I gotta go. All right, guys. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys. Thank you. All right. God bless you guys. See you guys in the next one. Have a Merry Christmas. Bye bye. Happy New Year to you guys. Bye.